All right. Bonsoir.
Ok.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. Why we say on a mighty storm and can't ignore it on them. Why couldn't they not reload new faces to rain? Always tell my father so and I'm crying and sitting rain. Why won't they not reload? Free my time. Oh, we live in a world that's wrong to him. Oh, we live in a world that's wrong to live. Come today, we alone who stand to real. Oh, we live in a world. Hola, oh sí. Hola. It'll be this road. I don't, come on, give me your voice now. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Yeah.
day you're born, the day you die.
Oh.
If you're one of the poor ones, you just gotta work hard.
Day you born was to me the finest to the street. Don't man, funk it down, fuck it down. The day you born was to
The
me,
day you born.
and under me you I can see you know.
Till the day you die.
Funk it down, fuck it down. The day you born was to me, the day you willing to be free, man. Funk it down, funk it down, funk it down, funk it down.
Good evening and welcome back to the Good Enough Studios. Let's go. Side mouth. James Brown Spirits is with us tonight. And my main singing us cool songs for this beginning of the stream. Tonight we will be mixing a bit some chill music that I've been working on. That will be my first solo album project that is called Music for Imaginary Love Movies. So as the title says, it is music for imaginary love movies. And it has that very chill cinematographic vibe. And we will be doing just a few. Tonight might be quite a shorter stream, maybe. I don't want to spend too much time here. I already made some upgrades. Namely, we have a new angle of camera that is taking me from the side and will be taking everyone from the side. We also have a cool drums only camera that is suspended above there. I'm not there, but you know, it's right there. So upgrades. Every day is a new day. Every day is a better day than the previous one. That's the spirit. And without further ado, we will be continuing with the next song. The next song is potentially the one that I have open now, that we worked on together at some point. That was called A Duck Start from the Start, but turned out to be named You Were There or something like that. So yeah, let's just jump to the content and make a little pause on the background music. So tonight we'll be only mixing. Everything is pretty much recorded already, and mixing is the part where everything just comes together to sound nicely. And later will come mastering. That is just like a global Photoshop filter on everything, just so it sounds slightly better. I'm gonna go ahead and put this little plugin that unfortunately will impact your audio as well, but basically that makes my speakers flatter at least. I strongly recommend. It's a nice little plugin that helps a lot with everything. It allows to preview some like basic speakers, or like basically do translation checks for making sure that your mix sounds good. It adds a slight bit of latency, but I can live with that currently because I'm not latency oriented when mixing. When recording, it's a different story, but whatever. So let's just play what we have to work with. I think my voice is loud enough compared to the music, but that's work in progress. If anything, I'm all for constructive feedback, so anything goes. Could be slightly softer, just so we hear myself a bit better. Okay, that was just for the level check. So a few instruments here. Not that many, actually. We have a drums, a double bass, some guitars, and a few flutes that we did record together at some point. Yeah, basically the structure repeats 3 times, and it's sweet. We will start with the start, meaning we will mute everything and just get to work on the drums first. That don't play that much, but that adds something. So I don't remember what mics I used there. Is it really an overhead kind of left right, or was that the session that I had it behind my back? I don't recognize. That sounds a bit ride heavy, so I believe that we had kind of overheads like this. They seem mismatched in level, so I'm gonna unlink those tracks that I had linked for the editing, and I'm just gonna rebalance them a bit so they sound a bit more centered. So all of those. Actually, I cannot because there's a heavy hit there. I mean, it is really like left oriented because I mean, I like to have it from the point of view of the player. So what to do there? I mean, it's pretty standard overheads. I could have them slightly more to the right, so the snare doesn't sound so far left. Yeah, I don't know what to do, but I'ma do anyway. So let's start with. I think before adding any equalization on these overheads, we will just make it kind of sound louder thanks to compression. So let's just go ahead and compress it. I'm not a big plugin head, so I really like the stock plugins because they do the job. And what do we want here? What kind of sound do we want? We want still to keep the attack. We want to keep the transients. And we want a short release just so it's kind of pumped. So we already can hear that I'm killing all the dynamics. And we have about like 5 to 7 dB reduction. So I'm gonna go ahead and pump it up by like 5, 6, 7 dB. So it already brought back all the like low level elements, so should be good enough for now. Okay, we don't need all of that low end because we ain't gonna have a kick, and that snare is very important somehow in the sound. Played with the brushes, so that explains what. I have a heck load of snare sound where I want more overheads, more cymbals. That should be Was I soloing the wrong track? No, yeah. Okay, let's just try to bring back all of those symbols. Let's just loop on this section, just so the drums always plays. We're completely losing that hi-hat. But it's there. Let's just say it's there. Maybe if I compress slightly less, we can still keep it. Yeah, let's just stick with it. Let's make the kick enter. So we don't need that much overheads. It booms pretty nicely. Let me just check. Did I align everything? I didn't, because things are kind of still smudged. Okay. So if they're still smudged, let's go through realigning the stuff. Meaning I want to take my overheads as a reference and have them hit exactly when the close mic hits. So here I have some snare hit at the same time. That seems like a heavy kick. Okay. So basically what I want to do is realign with the overheads. The overheads were not aligned between themselves. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the kick for a reference. And this one can move slightly forward. So yeah, I have a phase reversal on the kick just so it goes on the same side. Because here it goes up, here it goes down. So my overheads will be the reference. Let's just quickly realign the snare, preferably when it doesn't hit with a kick at the same time. And we see that it was pretty aligned already. Let's take that heavy peak as a reference. And the bottom mic can be actually reversed. So let's take the same plugin as the kick and reverse it, just so the peaks kind of align. And I hope that I took all of the tracks every time. And just let's realign slightly this overhead with the snare. All right, it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, the realigning phase just has to kind of be there. So it sounds maybe slightly. It sounds exactly the same. Honestly, it's just sake of mind kind of spirit. All right, so this kick is a Audix D6, and it is kind of pre-equalized. It sounds like a metal kick. It picks quite a lot. So we don't really want to have that peaky sound. I'm gonna go ahead and cut some highs. We might not need a lot of sub because I think that the bass is gonna take the sub. So this mic, the kick, it's either the kick below the bass or the bass below the kick. Else you get frequency overlap and you get a muddy mix, and that's what we'll avoid. So kind of boomy subby. Let's just make this a bit whiter, just so it covers a bit more. All right, let's just try to compress it, see how it goes. Those heavy peaks, we can keep the transient about 30 milliseconds maybe. This allows us the click to go through, and we're about like 7 dB reduction. But I see that it already peaks, so just not do that. Let's just reduce here, gain staging, just so it doesn't go beyond. I was playing heavily here. And pull the threshold down a bit. And Now we have -6-ish. Ooh. Sensitive setting. Actually, I can leave it at 0. I mean, right now it was very kind of in the front. But I think that's how it needs to be. Bring in the snare. How does it sound on its own? Okay, so it's just snappy. Let's make it even more snappy with a bit of compression. Let the transient through. Pump it back up with a bunch of output gain. We already have quite a lot of snare in the overheads, so let's just bring the overheads together. Okay, we get a bit more resonance of the snare and a bit more like low ends of the snare. All of the top end we don't really need. We really want to keep this kind of closer sound. Yeah, it just brings the snare more towards the center, a bit more forward. What's the bottom doing? It's doing its bottom thing. Meaning it's just the rattle. Let's try to keep only the rattle. Obviously it hits also with the snare, with the kick, I mean, because that mic is close to the kick. But maybe no need for compression on this one. It doesn't need too much rattle, because that snare is played with brushes, so it's mostly the top end that kind of rattles, the top mic. Yeah. I think we have an okay drum sound. We're not gonna spend so much time on making things perfect. We're just gonna move forward. And some fancy compression on the drums can help to bring back the cymbals. If I put it in like mid-side mode, now we're listening only to the sides. And I really want to bring back those sides. Unfortunately, I have a bit of everything in those sides. Pretty wide drums. I don't want to smudge it too much. I still want to keep some at least dynamics. Says the guy that just compressed every element. But that's just how I roll. I think that's my sound. Yeah, we don't really need to have so loud drums. Yeah, so I can maybe bring down the mids and keep the sides slightly stronger. Alright, we have kind of a drum sound. Very happy with it. It's more wide now that this compressor came in. Without it, it's really center focused. Now we have it kind of... Obviously, if you're on the phone, all of this is not probably gonna sound any different to you. And I recommend grabbing some headphones or speakers, preferably. So we have drums. Let's just pull them down so we have some space for the rest. And we're gonna continue with a nasty double bass that is played kinda amateuringly by yours truly. And we have two mics. We have a close one and a far one. And far one, close one obviously sounds louder. And those mics were, I remember, the large VMS mics, which are actually super flat mics, maybe not the flattest, but the deal is that they modeled famous mics. And you can basically, well, pick your own mic after you've recorded. So right now we're on the far mic. Let's just underline the intensity of the effect. And it slightly changes the color of the mic. And it helps have a start of sound. I like pretty much this one. It was kind of boomy. That should be nice. Let's just pick one for the other side as well. The close mic can get... I'm a kind of fan of U47. Bad. I think U47s are the most efficient here. One is just collection of U47. I have some C414. This fat. Backup U47. Yeah, let's stick to U47. So I want to balance. I want to have the far sound as a reference. Bring in the close one. Let me check if we are in phase and do the same exercise as for the drums. It is basically hitting at the same spot, but not exactly. And this will merge everything. So I want to just slightly pull one of the tracks to realign with the rest, and this looks already way better. Such super short, super tiny changes don't really make much, except when you have several mics on the same element, just so everything is kind of hitting at the same spot. I think we can take this point as a reference for the middle of the thing. I think we're pretty close. Should be good enough. So, taking the far mic and bringing in the close mic. We don't need too much of it. It's just to complement kind of the far sound. I know here that it's kind of a noisy studio that I have. So let me just pull that aside and grab my trusty X-Noise plugin that will allow me to just learn the noise profile of the room. And apply some noise reduction on it. And I'll do the same on the other side. And I think that it might work better if I just... Yeah. It might work better if I just put it before my virtual mic plugin. Okay. It is slightly less noisy. It is still kind of... It ate a bit that clean sound, but I'd rather have a slightly duller sound than a noisy environment, even though it doesn't really make that much of a difference. So moving forwards, I think we need to treat that with some frequency. I'm gonna work on the group now, just so I process both at once. So we said that we wanted the bass to be below the kick. Obviously now it's too loud, but so if I remember well, the kick kind of hits around 100. So I'm gonna like dig into it around 100. I don't really need the extreme low end. Or maybe the opposite would be better, because the bass doesn't really go as low as the kick. So let's try to just do the reverse. Have the bass kind of take that spot and have the kick maybe to hit slightly lower. Obviously it's impacting the whole compression a lot more. I'm probably wrong. Big bump is what you want to avoid, but it hits stronger here. Doesn't really distort. At least you cannot really hear the distortion. I think it's fine. And just compress slightly less. Perhaps pull it down with that gain. All right. Back to the bass, and we now have more like clear definition. I think we want to really lower that bass, so it's already. I'm trying to still hear some kick while having the low end of the bass under control, because it's really booming. All of this makes it so muddy. Really top and heavy. It's really like even if I favored the far mic, I don't need that much air and fingers from there. Ooh, one. Cut the highs there. Is it all black? What the heck? It's all black! It's there. All black, how all black? All black, you mean my theme? Hello, Ash. It's all black, it's my theme. It's a nice look. Settings, look and feel, something like that. Theme and colors. And I have immaterial. Because then, yeah, default is default. Default hurts my eyes now. Immaterial is way better, right? So those are my settings. You can still. Is it all black? All black? I mean, is it? I mean, I think the stream is video, but it's dark. I think. Pretty boomy still, huh? And it's pretty uneven in volume. The double bass needs some compressor. Basic one will do. But I need to make sure. You mean the theme? Please. Let's just compress that a bit. Keep those attacks. Set it to peak so it reacts only to really strong ones. About 3, 4, 5. Okay, maximum 7 dB reduction. Let's just bump it by 5 because it was already heavy. We can lower them at the input there. No, stream is a black screen. Oops. What is happening? I have it here. Is it any better? Me, I see that we got it, huh? It is kinda everything looking good. Weird. Nothing at all. Look, I'm good. Let's just assume that we're streaming something else than a black screen. Or is it somehow end stream? Do I have any like multi-stream settings? You can have settings where you're live, obviously. Let me get back to my face. Let's just make sure that that we're actually doing something decent, or are we not streaming? Are we streaming anything? Ooh, no. Does this do anything. We don't. Strong and stable. Inspector. And it is kind of stable. Yet average bitrate is too high. 9500 is kind. Let's call it. Should I? Will I? It is pretty much heavy, but unstable. Average stream bitrate too high. Yes, then it is too high. Let me bring that down, and I'll be right back.